Our weekly business meeting is September 10th, 2024. The time is 2 p.m. In attendance are Commissioners Brooks, Matari, and Duncan. Would you join us for a moment of silence, please? All right, Pledge of Allegiance. Captain Smart, would you?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any changes to the agenda? Okay, hearing none. Public comment? Hearing none, I would take a motion for minutes.
You got one.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Go right ahead. And if you could just push the microphone button.
Okay, so I need to try to record this if I can. Yes, my name is Bill Breezy. The last time I was here and testified, I was asked a couple of questions by Commissioner Matari, and I'm here to answer them. The first question you said is, why did I not get involved earlier? Well, I have a life, and I actually was in Sandpoint this morning playing golf, and I could only play 9 holes, so I could come back here and testify. These meetings aren't all that convenient for people like us. We need to make sure that these meetings are available to more than just the people who are retired and have nothing better to do. I also want to remind you that you work for us. You're our civil servants. We put you in the position to represent us. And there are certain hot button issues that, Bruce, you know about, cameras, the KMPO and the Traffic Management Center. That's a hot button for us. Where we found out about the cameras in the budget for 2025? It was from Dan Wilson. You should have reached out to us. You could have done that easily. You know that this was important to us, and that did not happen. Stop Smart Cities was started because we were trying to stop smart cities, and cameras is part of that, whether they're on police cars or not. The second question that you asked me is why I didn't meet with you earlier. And I have one word for that, Cataldo. I was at Cataldo, Bruce. So were you. I know what the sheriff said. So did you. And I am here with God as my witness that what was in the tort claim was true. Because most of that information came from a statement that I wrote and I delivered to the attorney for the tort claim. And you being a special deputy in charge of PR, I'm assuming that you drafted this letter, this public release that stated that false allegations, and I'm here to tell you that they were all true. This piece of paper was a lie. Did you know that, Leslie? I don't think so.
I wasn't there.
But Bruce couldn't have told you anyway, because he has a non-disclosure agreement with the sheriff. Laugh, Bruce. This is,
There's no laughing. A simple public records request would establish that I do not have a non-disclosure agreement with anybody, okay? And I obviously don't want to interfere with your golf game, but a telephone call and my accessibility, just for those at home who are watching this, the extension on my phone goes right to my cell phone. So you can get a hold of me anytime, day or night. Now, as far as, you know...
we have a major conflict right now because you're saying one thing happened at Cataldo and I'm saying totally the opposite. I don't want to be caught with you without having a camera going or somebody there who's somewhat honest. You know, what happened to truth, honesty, and integrity? I see none of that in this letter. You know, and truth, honesty, and integrity for civil servants and for law enforcement officials. I just don't see it.
Well, I certainly...
You have anything else for me, Cupcake?
The only other comment I would make is that by virtue of you promoting having a camera and a phone on your phone to record things, to document stuff, I think is exactly what you've been very much against all along. So I applaud you for now wanting to have these things documented to protect
that is
people.
not why I have a camera on. I have a camera on because I want to record what I say. I'm going to keep the camera on my way out to the car because I think now I've got a big target on my back.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your comment.
All right, meeting minutes. Thank you. Is there a motion for meeting minutes?
Yes, I move that we approve the meeting minutes item 1.
Item 1. I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. And consent calendar.
I move that we approve the consent calendar item 2 and 3.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Payables.
I move that we approve payables September 2 through 6, 2024 in the amount of $782,250.07 and jury panel payments in the amount of $1,482.40.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 5, catastrophic contingency agreement, despite the spelling on our agenda, Sunshine Recyclers, Inc., solid waste. Director Phillips.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. John Phillips for the record. This is a renewal of an existing contingency agreement with Sunshine Recyclers Incorporated for the emergency loading of garbage at the Prairie Transfer Station in the event that their transfer station becomes completely inoperable and they have exhausted all other options. This agreement is specific only for the loading of the garbage at our facility using our equipment into their vehicles and their vehicles unloading the garbage that is brought to us. Kootenai County Solid Waste has plenty of room to make this emergency accommodation and would stand to make reasonable profit if this was to occur. The 2024 rate within the agreement is approximately $5 per ton more than it currently costs to load out. But please keep in mind, we're already paying our people, we already own the equipment, so in reality, we'd really just be paying for fuel and wear and tear on the equipment, so we'd stand to make quite a bit more than that if that were to occur. We've never opened this existing agreement was in place for the past 10 years. It's never been used. We do recommend and request the BOCC enter into this agreement with Sunshine Recyclers Incorporated. Legal did review and put this agreement together for your consideration.
Okay, questions, motion?
You said garbage, not solid waste.
Yeah, it is solid waste, yeah.
That's okay.
I move that we approve the catastrophic contingency agreement with Sunshine Recyclers, Inc. and Solid Waste.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 6, 3rd Street Pump Out Donation Agreement with the City of Coeur d'Alene and Parks and Waterways. Director Snyder?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Nick Snyder for the record. Indeed, before you is a donation agreement between Kootenai County and the City of Coeur d'Alene for a marine vessel pump-out machine. It's located on the city-owned docks at 3rd Street Marina. And we originally installed the pump-out machine on the docks back in 2013, and we've been taking care of it since. However, the city recently installed some new docks, and we're no longer able to safely access it from our workboat. So the city has acknowledged that, and they have agreed to take ownership of the pump out and continue to provide the service for the benefit of the public.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the 3rd Street Pump Out Donation Agreement with the City of Coeur d'Alene and Parks and Waterways.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 7, this is Septic Services Agreement with Little Stinker Septic Services LLC and our Parks and Waterways Director Snyder again.
Thank you, Nick Steiner, again for the record. So before you is a contract for your consideration with Little Stinker Septic Service, which is necessary to provide restroom pumping services for all our Parks and Waterways facilities. And notably, that Hayden-based company provided the county with really exceptional service last year. We'd like to use them again for the upcoming 2025 operating season.
Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the Septic Services Agreement with Little Stinker Septic Services LLC and Parks and Waterways.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Thank you. All right, item 8, amendment to the food service agreement with Summit Food Services LLC and our Juvenile Detention Office. Ms. Gibson, please. Oh, push your button there. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Lauren Gibson from Juvenile Detention for the record. We're here today requesting approval for an annual amendment to our contract with Summit Food Services, and the only change to this for fiscal year 25 is an increase from $3.25 to $3.41.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the amendment to the food service agreement with Summit Food Service LLC and Juvenile Detention.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 9, this is a financial budget request. It's to transfer funds from essentially 8203 to 8313 with adult misdemeanor probation. And our director, Mr. Hutchison, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm coming forward to you, and just coming forward to you. We've been working with a level threat assessment that we use on each one of our probationers, and it's an antiquated system. Thought I could get through next year with it because we had uses to maybe make it through, but we're having problems here. And as of August 8th, I was talking to Grant on email, and he explained to me, he's like, it's pretty high threat level, risk level if we keep it open. So what I did is started looking around, figuring out if I could figure it into this year's budget, that I have right now for 2025. And also I reached out to see if it would cover an opioid grant. I met with the Deputy Attorney General. It doesn't fall under that. So right now I'm going into pulling it out in our regular funds. It's the alcohol monitoring funds is where I'm pulling it from. We didn't have as much use this year in alcohol monitoring funds, so it's budget neutral. And the number of uses that we're asking for will carry us in so I can properly budget for it in 2026.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, it's 24, we're just paying out of 24 funds.
Right, for 25, because I didn't have it in the system because I thought I was being able to carry it into the time.
Okay, questions?
No. I move that we approve the transfer of funds from 15.1.132.3.8203 to 8313 with adult misdemeanor probation.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 10. This is a law enforcement agreement. It's with the City of Hayden Lake and our Sheriff's Patrol Division and Under Sheriff Nelson.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Under Sheriff Brett Nelson for the record. This is a joint powers agreement which has been reviewed by both city and county legal. This agreement allows us to cover for their one officer when he is not on duty, but also relates to specific critical incidents that occur within their jurisdiction, and an hourly rate to cover our fees when services are provided. Again, this is to ensure the safety of not only our county residents, but those within the city of Hayden Lake. And we ask that you seek your approval to move forward with it.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the law enforcement agreement with the city of Hayden Lake and the sheriff's office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 11, this is an overtime agreement for Breakthrough T1D Ride, September 28th, 2024, and it's with the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation and our Patrol Division, Captain Smart.
Kevin Smart for the record. Commissioners, it's just a simple contract that we do for some of the other events in the area. They're asking us to provide some roving patrols along this bike route that extends clear from Hayden all the way up to Bayview and back down again. And so that would be at a reimbursement for our overtime costs.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the overtime agreement for Breakthrough T1D Delta Ride, September 28, 2024, with T1D and the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation with the Sheriff's Office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Thank you. All right, item 12, board approval request, FY24 burial and cremation operating budget expense account, and clerk Locke.
Yes, I came to you guys a couple weeks ago just letting you know that cremations in fiscal year 24 had increased, and that if we had another 3 that were going to be approved, that I'd come before the board to try to move dollars into the proper expense line. And so I'm asking, just to give a little history on this too, under Idaho code, the county is responsible for paying for cremations if there was an application made to the county, the deceased was indigent, and if they had resided in the county for 30 days or more. So by statute, we have to approve these if they are qualified. So we're asking to move for the remaining of the year $9,600 from one of our org sets, the indigent clerk department admin budget, to the indigent clerk county assistant cremation line on that budget. And then anything that's not expended, then it will go back to fund balance from there.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request for FY24 burial and cremation operating budget expense account with the county assistants.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. And before our executive session, public comment. Anybody on the line? Nope. All right, I would take a motion to go into executive session.
I move that we go into executive session pursuant to Idaho Code 74-2061B.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 2:42, meeting adjourned.